All right, if you hold Bitcoin, be ready, because I think Bitcoin is dangerously close to capitulation. And while I'm not a financial advisor, and today's video, it's not financial advice, I think we are extremely close to seeing a bottom for Bitcoin. And in today's video, I want to share with you why. So, like always, welcome back everybody to Altcoin Daily, where you subscribe for a video on cryptocurrency every day. My name's Austin. Great to have you checking in. And like always, I want to start by taking a live look at where we stand in the crypto market. What do you see? Well, right now the total market cap is sitting pretty much at its all-time lows, right now sitting at $103 billion. And I say pretty much at its all-time lows because earlier today, or probably yesterday for the majority of you guys watching, but earlier today, the total market cap hit the lowest we've seen it all year, sitting at just a little bit more than $100 billion market cap. And as you can see, we're at a little bit of a bounce right now, but it's pretty close. And while we didn't hit the two-digit billions, while we didn't hit the $90 billion market cap, it looks like we're going to. And just to offer a little bit of perspective, when was the last time we saw a total market cap in the two-digit billions in the 90s? Well, that was over a year ago. At the end of July 2017, the total market cap hit $90 billion. And of course, back then, people were excited. That was the all-time highs back at the time, and now it will continue to be all-time lows. Let's check out the top 10. And team, today I want to share with you why I think we are pretty much near bottom for Bitcoin. But as I offer my perspective, feel free, especially on today's video, to comment and offer your perspective on what your strategy is for handling this bear market. Because I think there might be a lot of newbies, a lot of people that just bought into crypto, just got their first Bitcoin maybe or a piece of it, and they might be a little scared. So any perspective you can offer down below in the comments would be appreciated. All right, we'll talk to you guys down there, but let's check out the top 10. And what do we see? Wow, Litecoin is the only coin in the green today. That's surprising. I think it's because the Litecoin Lightning Network is about to launch, something that we've known that was going to happen in December, but looks like the community is responding favorably. Up almost 3%, while everything else is in the red. And check this out, Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV, the two biggest losers today in the top 10, down 8%, down 9%, and notably, Bitcoin Cash continues to lose rank. It was above Litecoin a couple days ago, and now it's down to 8th, while Tether is climbing the ranks into the 5th. Wow. And let's finish with Bitcoin right now. One Bitcoin costs $3,266. Like I said, like 12 hours ago, it hit the lowest it has been all year, and that was around $3,160. So we're pretty close to the bottom. And now let me share with you why I think we are nearing capitulation, why we are seeing a bottom. And question, how do you know when Bitcoin reaches bottom? The truth is you don't. You will only know after it already has happened in retrospect. But let's check out Bitcoin over the last 2 years. And a lot of people might be offering on YouTube, other YouTube channels, they might be doing some TA. There's a lot of TA guys saying capitulation is about to happen. We are nearing bottom. It's almost upon us. I'm going to leave this article in the link below for you guys to check out. But just know I will not be offering a TA aspect today. It's just not my immediate background. So I want to stick to more fundamentals. But having said that, something notable about this year in Bitcoin, it's the only year where we didn't rally at the end of the year. This whole year has been one giant correction from all-time highs at the beginning of this year. And that's only similar to one other year, which is 2014 in cryptocurrency. And we'll get to that in a second. But what I do want to look at today is history. And this is a chart of every single crash that has ever happened in crypto. A visualization of all horrific Bitcoin crashes. And let me just sum it up because it can look a little confusing. In 2012, we had three major historic crashes. One over a matter of 16 days, down almost 50%. 3 days, Bitcoin was down 57%. And then over 2 days, this was all in the same year, Bitcoin was down 33%. These were up and downs, very volatile in 2012. 2013, we had two major ones. But usually, every other year, we usually have one big correction. And usually it's, might be anywhere between 30 to 50%. But 2014 was the closest to what we're seeing this year, where Bitcoin, over the course of 411 days back in 2014, saw a correction of over 87%. And that was outrageous at the time. People thought the mainstream media had the same sentiment that you're hearing now, which is that Bitcoin is about to die. Of course it didn't. We know these are just cycles, bullish and bearish cycles of any market. Crypto is just more volatile right now. But anyway, in 2014, Bitcoin went down to 87%. And that has to do partly because it rallied at the time to one of the highest rallies Bitcoin had ever seen, crypto had ever seen. And the only reason I mention this, do not tune out on me, guys, we're getting to the good stuff, is because that's similar to what happened this year. At the end of 2017, beginning of this year, we saw historic rallies. So I want to compare Bitcoin right now to 2014. And we've done that before, but I want to get a little more specific today. Check this out. When this chart was made, probably a couple weeks ago, Bitcoin was at the very much low of 3,500. Of course, right now, Bitcoin's even lower at 3,200. It hit 3,160s earlier today. So we keep continuing to go down. But the comparison that I want to make is, I think we'll see a similar happenstance to what we saw in 2014, meaning I think Bitcoin's going to hit around 87% correction. And back when this chart was made, it was 82%. I redid the calculations, and now that Bitcoin is around 3,200, this is now closer to an 84% correction. Still not 87, but we're close. Now, there's two mindsets on what Bitcoin's about to do. And again, these are just, nobody knows for sure, but a lot of people are saying because of all the good behind the scenes news that we've been seeing for this whole year, meaning institutions paving the way to get into crypto, Fidelity, Wells Fargo. We've been talking about it all year. A lot of people argue that we will not hit 87%, that the news is too good. Maybe. I'm tending to go a different route. I think that something that we've seen this year that's been evident this year maybe more than any other year, is clear manipulation in the market. And despite all the good news that we've been hearing about and seeing, we can see them. We have the press releases to back it up. I think that we're going down over 87%, something that will truly shake the weak hands out of the market. And I think we're about to do this. I think capitulation will finally take us, much like it did in 2014. And check this out. This was that historic corrective year back in 2014 where Bitcoin just continued to correct and go down. And what happened at the very end of the year? Bitcoin remained bearish the whole year. And then after the new year turned, we're about to see it, after the new year turned, it was January 11th by then, it took a massive dump and lost, and when Bitcoin back in 2014 had a final dip and went from 270 all the way down to 180. And a lot of people thought it was about to drop to zero. I think we'll see something similar. I think it's very evident, the manipulation that we've been seeing, that something is there, and I think this is going to happen past the 87% mark in terms of correction. What will that look like? Well, right now, if we're at around an 84% correction, if we hit a 90% correction, we'll dip below or around the 2K mark for Bitcoin. That's what I think. That's what I'll be watching out for. And who really knows? That's not to say I'm not investing a little bit of Bitcoin now. I'm cost averaging down. I think now is the time to do that. And let's just be very clear, because on this channel, we always like to be as clear as we can. After capitulation happens, after we reach that bottom, which we won't know at the time that it happened, but I think it'll look something like this. We're not going to shoot up immediately. I think we'll probably remain stagnant over the next several weeks or months as the market recoups. That is the time to buy, in my opinion. When the market's slightly trending up right before capitulation and it goes down, as we're remaining stagnant, that's the time I'm going to buy. When are you? Let me know in the comments. And team, we have 2 more articles to get to. We have big news out of Cardano. I want to clue you in. A new announcement from Cardano and then a big announcement from XRP. Has to do with American Express. Well, we'll get to it. But anyway, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you give the video a like. It just helps me grow as a channel, and I'd really appreciate it. But let's keep going. We will always cover the daily news on this channel, and the biggest piece of news came from Charles Hoskinson, the leader of Cardano, a few days ago. And he said, big announcement, after 7 release candidates and a huge amount of Q&A work, I am pleased to announce that our best effort release date for Cardano 1.4 is December 18th. So the upgrade is we finally have an official date on an upgrade, and it's coming up on the 18th. Now, I love that. I want to support this guy. I'll give that a like. But let's dig a little deeper in terms of what exactly this upgrade means and how does this affect you as an investor in Cardano. Check this out, guys. I'm not a programmer, I'm not a developer, so I'm not going to get too specific, but let me clue you in. For this update, 1.2, it has to do with Plutus and Marlow. And recently, Cardano recently released 2 tools, this will come with the update, expanding the functionality and programmability of smart contracts on the platform. So it has to do with their smart contract applications in terms of improving functionality and programmability. What does that mean? We'll just know that these things are still in the testing phase, but the main push for both of these tools, what is happening with this upgrade, it's basically laying the foundation for future innovations to be built on the Cardano blockchain. So it's going to be easier for developers and programmers to come on and use the smart contract platform. Here's a direct quote. The Plutus and Marlow packages allow financial institutions and the global programming community to prepare products in advance. So again, I'm not a developer, but just know it's going to help the people that come on board for Cardano, the institutions, the developers, to prepare products in advance and help with functionality and programmability. Team, I'll leave this in the link in the description below. Check it out for yourself. But the last piece of news, have you stuck with me so far? Have you made it this far? Have you left me in the comment down below? I'd appreciate it. I really love talking to you guys. But last one, this was announced a few days ago, but confirmed. American Express is officially using Ripple's xCurrent. Here's the news. And this title is slightly, I don't want to say misleading, but it's a little clickbaity. So I have a different article that'll share similar news. But check this out. It's not true. The vice president of American Express, Colin O'Flaherty, on Wednesday confirmed that the company was officially using xCurrent. That's pretty substantial to be using XRP. And this is a direct quote from the vice president of American Express. Ripple offers instantaneous point-to-point conversations between the sender and the receiver of funds, and that provides a real opportunity to alleviate most of the issues our customers are facing, he said at a discussion session at the event. This is sort of outrageous. This is really positive news if you're invested in XRP or just for crypto in general, that American Express, a direct competitor of XRP, presumably, would say such positive things, that they're using it. Well, actually, this news started in November last year, where the American Express, alongside Santander Bank, entered an agreement with Ripple to use its technology to facilitate and speed up cross-border payments between the US and the UK. So they agreed to use Ripple's technology last year. And following the arrangement, payments made via American Express FX International Payments Platform were routed through Ripple's enterprise blockchain technology, RippleNet, and xCurrent is integrated with American Express infrastructure. So they're using it. I like that. And like I said, I just want to be very clear that right now it's just pilot tests. That's not to say it's not cool, but they're just exploring the possibility. They said some positive things about the pilot test, and I guess the takeaway from this is right now they haven't adopted XRP or Ripple, but they're exploring the use of blockchain in general and Ripple's blockchain. And this is another direct quote from them. Blockchain is absolutely an option we're looking at. Just to give you a sense, we have invested in a fintech lab based on blockchain technology just to understand how to leverage this better. They're looking into it. This, I would say, a institution in finance like an American Express looking into blockchain and XRP is just another reason why, again, Bitcoin's not dead, just part of the cycle. All right, team. Thanks for tuning in today. This is Altcoin Daily, and we'll see you tomorrow. Again, feel free to like the video. Peace.